Counting blessings, learning lesson got me feeling special. Spending money, mama said, hope the Lord bless you. Everything I ever wanted, had to pray for. Anything I did wrong, had to pay for. I'll do it all again just to make you smile. Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Today, we gotta talk about your impatience. You thinking it's not gonna happen just because it didn't happen in your time or fast enough. But God don't see time the way you see time. So let God cook. Like when you was young, your mom said, take the meat out the freezer before she go to work. You watching that raw meat. Every time you went to the refrigerator, you're like, I don't want that for dinner. What you want? Something from the store, McDonald's, your favorite restaurant. But mom get off of work, put them ingredients in that pot, take that meat that you took out and turn it to a masterpiece. You smelling it, stomach get to growling, you hungry. You like, is dinner ready? Let mom cook. Same way we gotta let God cook. Now, God created the earth. First time, he threw out the dinosaurs, let that rock for many years, and then he got bored with that, started over, created man and the rest of the animals. So he was cooking. So while God was in the kitchen, he put man out there. Man got too evil. Way too evil. He ain't like that. When a chef makes something good, he tastes it, So God didn't like the way it was tasting. It was too evil. Too much hate, jealousy, murder. So he told Noah, make the ark. Noah made the ark, took 2 species of each, and Noah, he was building that ark, not knowing why, but he listened to God. God was the chef. Noah was the sous chef in that situation. So he kept building the ark. Then it was complete. God flooded the earth. He was tired of it. He scrapped it. Throw everything away. Start over. Just like if a chef mess up in the kitchen, burn the food, nobody ain't gonna want it. Even if it's a whole Thanksgiving turkey. If it's burnt, it's trash. Throw it away. So you gotta let God cook. Now, the first time you tried whatever you was trying, didn't come out great. Because you tried to do it by yourself without the help of the Most High. So it wasn't going to work. So this time, let God do it. Let God cook. And it's going to work out. It could be you tried out for the team. You gave it your all. Practice. Like Ray Allen, and he got a game. You kept practicing and didn't work. But this time, it's going to work because you're going to give it to God. He going to make it work. Just let him cook. He going to make it great. It's going to work this time. Now, ladies, you want to be a cheerleader. You practice. Didn't spend time with the friends. You did everything you thought you had to do to achieve, but it didn't work. But this time, give it to God and let him cook. Next thing you know, you're going to be the best cheerleader that ever was. Now, trust the process. The Most High always get it right. You great. You great, but sometimes you need a little help from God. You can't do it all by yourself. That's our problem. We think practice make perfect. It does. But it ain't gonna work without God. Nothing ain't gonna work without God. Now, you can practice every day, all day, but did you pray? That's the key that was missing. You wasn't praying. God ain't know what you was doing because you didn't speak to him. You gotta pray every day. And whatever it is, it's never too much. God can take the water and split the whole Red Sea for people to go through. So it's nothing that he can't do. People can't fly, but they put it in the hands of God. And they kept practicing, brainstorming what they can do. They made helicopters, planes. Now what? People can fly. Now, they say man went to the moon. I don't know about that. But people was able to fly. And if Lord, he wanted you to fly, he would. If he wanted you to go to the moon, we will. Can't say we did already, but to each his own. And you went to school. That was you putting the first foot forward. But before you graduated, you had to pray. You had to pray to walk across that stage because without God, it ain't gonna work. You gotta let him cook. But you can do whatever. There's nothing you can't do. People done everything. We wasn't made to go in the water. People made boats. Now they got whole cruise ships, biggest buildings. Now, it took a dream, practice, preparation, and hard work. But it wouldn't have worked without God. So you had to pray. And then you had to let him cook. But it's a lot of stuff that you're going to do that seems impossible. And then as you pray, you get better. You practice more, you get better. But faith without works, it ain't gonna work. So keep practicing, keep praying, and give it to God. God wants you to have it, you're gonna have it. But if God don't want you to have something, it ain't gonna work no matter how hard you try. You can practice till you can't walk no more. Practice till you can't even sleep. But when you let God cook, you'd be surprised what you can do. You can do stuff that people dream about. You think it can't be real, can't be done, but it can be done because you prayed, you asked God for it, you know you wanted it, and before you even prayed about it, He already know you was gonna ask about it. But let God cook. That's all you gotta do, and you're gonna get everything. You're gonna be able to do everything. But that's all I got for y'all today. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay blessed, stay safe. Peace.